Good day, everyone. Today, I want to introduce you to my friend from Croatia, Kristina. She's been living in Brazil for more than 4 years. And today, we're going to talk about her language experiences, the most effective way to learn any foreign language, and the differences and similarities in between the Ukrainian and Croatian languages. So, Kristina, can you tell me more about your story? How come you appeared in Brazil?
Okay, so well, I came to Brazil in 2011 because of my husband, right? We met in Germany in 2008, and after 3 years of relationship, we decided, yeah, we have to go somewhere, right? And that was Brazil, so because he's Brazilian, and I work here as a language trainer, so with different languages. So I don't want to brag, so I'm not I'm gonna talk all about all of it, but yeah, languages and cultures are my field.
Okay, so it's a very interesting story. Everything started in Germany. But what was the first language you learned?
Mm-hmm.
First foreign language you learned?
So, since I'm Croatian and I moved to Germany when I was 5 years old, I had to learn German. So, I'd say that was the first foreign language. But as a child, you learn everything intuitively. So, I had friends and stuff, and you just learn it, you don't think about it. And at school, we had English classes. By then, we just started with 11 years. Nowadays, they start with 8 or 9. So, it's much more intuitive as well. But yeah, in Germany you learn English maybe until the B2 level, so upper intermediate, and the rest comes from life. So having international friendships, living in other countries, that really helped me to improve my English. Plus, of course, reading literature in English.
So it's as far as I understand from your words, everything should be in a mix. If there is a chance to have a formal study, have formal studies, then if there is a chance to talk with international friends, use it there. Try to use it intuitively, or like accept it as a kid, as far as I understand, and also use it like reading literature more and more and
Mm-hmm.
more. And like as in literature, there are a lot of phrases which, especially in modern literature, there are a lot of phrases which are used in day-to-day life. Am I right?
Yes, you're right. I'd say that's exactly it. It's a mix of everything. So you can't be good without formal studies in a foreign language, but you can't be good either without having real life practice. So you need to talk to people and just get into this intercultural exchange, So yeah.
I may agree to this. Like as I'm here, Portuguese becomes really easier when interacting with different kinds of people, interacting just randomly
Mhm.
with people in the street in every situation possible, and it gets easier. I may agree to this. Another question I would like to ask you is that you can speak one rare language. It's Mandarin Chinese,
It's not
and
so rare. It's over 1.3 billion speakers, right? Okay, not all of them speak Mandarin Chinese now or 普通话.
yeah,
Hmm.
I agree. So, what was your story with Mandarin Chinese? It's interesting for me. Can you share it? And how did you learn generally Mandarin Chinese? Because I know it's very hard.
There's actually no big story behind that. So I lived in Heidelberg in Germany, and I just started in 2003 with the course of modern sinology. So they divide sinology into modern and classical studies. And we had a first tough year, so where you have like 20 hours per week of language classes to simulate the Chinese system. So just like when a foreigner goes to China to study in Shanghai or in Beijing, they usually have the same kind of system. So, and we had that in Heidelberg too. And so it's actually really having a lot of contact, a lot of touch with the language, and investing a lot of time. Chinese is not difficult when you consider its grammar, but it's difficult, of course, to have, to have the right tones, right? In the beginning, that's a lot of trouble. Or to be good with written Chinese, right? To get the reading and the writing correct, that's really a challenge in the beginning.
From my experience, I also may agree with it, but generally, what also for me is important that to use the words in the right context in Chinese. And there are a lot of, for instance, a lot of slang expressions which they use in like you will never ever meet. I mean, in the on the TV or
In a book.
yeah,
exactly.
never ever.
This is this real life thing, right? 你应该需要去中国学习，有中国的朋友们。
但是我从来没有去过中国呢，我只去过。
真的吗？
对，
我不知道你真的没有去过中国。
我只去过香港，在香港待过了两个星期，只是这个。
但是他们那边差不多没有人说普通话，对不对？
对，我在那里只用英语说话。
但是在你的国家，你的朋友们，你应该有好几个中国人，对不对？
对，真的，我学我的中文在乌克兰，但是在乌克兰只有留学生，还有一些跨国公司，但是比较少。
比较少的啊哈，那你是怎么学习汉语的？
基本上我在一个东方语言学校学了中文学的2年了，但是那段时间我没有多机会实习我的中文这是官方的学校课，
是语法课和这样的，对吧？
对，以后呢，我去银行工作，在银行我服务了华为和中兴这两个跨国公司，所以我跟他们实习一天比一天有进步，
就是真的生活的经历嘛。
对，这是你说的一切关于德语和英语，这是我这样积累经验，所以现在我的水平比以前的水平比较大了。
肯定是，我觉得你说的很好，好啊。
哪里不敢当，你太过奖了。
你是真的中国人。
我不是。
哪里？
对。
好了。Okay, so Roman, tell me, how many languages do you actually speak?
At different levels, I can speak 10. So I mean, very fluent at a very fluent level. It's Mandarin Chinese, it's German, and it's English.
Of course.
Yeah. Also, like Russian, Ukrainian are my natives. What else? After that, like with some mistakes, but quite an advanced level: Portuguese, Spanish, Dutch, Indonesian. After that, like kind of intermediate level, it's Greek. It's Turkish. I'm still forgetting it, but before it was like on the level of my English. But right now, I just don't use it generally up day to day. After that, what else I forgot? My goodness, French, Arabic, and I think I just don't count.
Yeah, it's difficult to count.
Yeah, it's. I mean, after fifth language, it's difficult to count, anyways.
Yeah.
So sometimes just people ask me this question, and I'm just feeling lost a bit. Just because at the moment I try to improve only 2 languages. I focus only these 2: Portuguese and Mandarin. Portuguese because I live in Brazil, and Mandarin just I work with it, and I love this language. And my dream is to become like sound like native in these 2 languages.
Great. Yeah. Often Brazilians ask me, how did you learn Portuguese? And I tell them, so in the beginning it was intuitive. So I came with some basic knowledge because I had a Brazilian friend living in Germany. But there comes this step, this kind of barrier where you just need formal classes. So you learn to speak very, very fast. But if you really want to write a formal letter or work with a website or stuff like this, you need to have formal classes. So it's, again, this mix, you can never be perfect without learning the formal part of a language.
I totally agree with you because I really had the same problem. I picked it up very fast, but I mean, it took me time to understand what people are talking about in their real life. That's the first thing. And it takes time up till now to grasp the formal Portuguese, which I use in the office. And up till now, like when you call up to call centers and call with and talk with the people, and they get really kind of how can I say, not frustrated, but start laughing when they can hear you're a foreigner. And yeah, and they ask.
Nice.
They just ask me to speak English, and then afterwards, when they don't understand, they ask me to switch into Portuguese, whatever. But I mean,
It's always a matter of patience. Just continue doing what you're doing, and one day they're not gonna laugh anymore, I'm sure.
no, I mean, sometimes I just want to buy a big book of Portuguese grammar and start to read it, and like read it by heart.
Systematically.
Yeah, and then to speak like this ancient Brazilian writers of the like 2 centuries before, which wrote, which,
But nobody would understand you.
but at least I will sound pretty formal.
Extremely formal, too formal. So, but it's okay. That's fine. So, yeah.